HYSR stock. So yesterday, the 20th of June 2023, it lost 4.34% on above average volume of 10.4 million shares. The price also dropped below its 50-day moving average. And also yesterday, the company also indicated that it's providing 3.1 million shares for Project NanoPEC. All of these are to ensure that it brings its technology to commercialization. So this funding is for Project NanoPEC is a scale-up initiative that should last for 3 years and should bring the company together with 6 partners that are at the cutting edge of industry and science in Germany to improve SunHydrogen's drive towards commercialization of its technology. Given all of that, and given how long a lot of market participants have been following HYSR stocks, some may not be really impressed with all of these initiatives and all that stuff. They want to see whatever technology they have already come up with. They want to see it being commercialized as little as possible. So some critics might say, if you have achieved that technology, you should be able to begin to commercialize it in some little way or the other. So the lack of this demonstration, the lack of this commercialization to a little extent, in some little way or the other, is maybe a demonstration to some critics that maybe this company management is probably hasn't really pursued all the avenues, or still focused on going really big instead of trying to use the technology and start growing with baby steps, start the commercialization with baby steps, as against trying to take that giant stride and deliver that technology in the way they want it. Some critics might say, why don't you remodify your focus, your strategy, your ambition towards commercialization. It mustn't be the way you're going about it. You've achieved the production of hydrogen in your cells. There's so many things you can still do with that technology. Think about that. That's what critics will be telling the management of this company. Because right now we can see the stock has just continued to underperform. We know that is absolutely the case because they are really they have not really gone commercial, even though they're also saying that they have enough funds to continue this push towards developing or commercialization and all that stuff. But they're, like I said, critics abound as well. So the stock will continue to underperform because obviously the funding they got are from hedge funds, and the hedge funds come back to the stock using safe harbors to get their money back, and they have redemptions in the up to 100% or even more. So we'll continue to see these sort of retracements, continue to see them. So the stock printed a 52-week low of $0.016. This was as of the 31st of May 2023, and after that, deep buyers drove it all above its 20 and 50-day moving averages, including the 10-day moving average, and then it hit a resistance of at $0.22. Since that time, it has now continued to underperform. The next support will just be where its 20-day moving average, but that 20-day moving average is also sloping bullishly upwards, meaning that it is probably at the moment still maybe correcting or consolidating this rally that it ran up. But in any case, I don't think a lot of critics are expecting the stock to rebound from these lows. They are probably going to be expecting it to continue to retrace and to also retest that 52-week low of $0.016. So we are also expecting that is likely to be the case. But in any case, if it ever does rebound, if it doesn't retest that low of 52-week low of 0.0162, and maybe bounces from where it is, or even bounces from that 52-week low. It has upper projections all the way towards 0.0249. That will even take it above the peak of early June. That it's early June of that is this month that it ran up. But in any case, critics are bound. They're not really sure. They're not very confident about all that the company is doing. They're not really very, very positive. The technology is excellent, but you have to continue. You have to keep bringing money. You have to be very good at commerce. You really have to be. That's what critics will be saying. You have to, one thing is to have the technology. The other is to be able to make money. There's still money to be made with what they have been able to achieve so far. That's what some critics might be saying. You must not continue to pursue that in the US. There are other climes or other parts of the world where you can take that technology to and see the much you can even make. Even try go there and test the ground there, because maybe in the US the regulatory issues might prevent you from doing some of those things. But some critics will say, like I've been emphasizing, you got a technology, you have to start making money out of it somehow, some way. It must not be you don't have to keep waiting for that commercialization that it's going to arrive someday. And so, because they've been hearing all of these partnerships and drives and corporations and all that. I'm sure they're not very, very, very glad about all of these things. So see what you make of the HYSR stock, and I'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for watching this video.